So, good evening, everybody. Welcome back to another live show of PD's Football live show on the channel. We've got a lot more things to discuss about, haven't we? Of course, it's international break, and we're all bored as fuck. No lie, we are bored as fuck of it. I caught bits of the England game, but wasn't that great, I thought. But there you are. So we've got plenty more things to talk about, as I mentioned. Of course, our squad's over in Dubai. Of course, he had a game as well over there, won 5-0. Of course, 2 goals from ASM and also Dwight Gale and Joe Linton got himself one. As well, we could talk about the women side as well, of course. They've got a place booked at St James's Park for the 1st of May. That is absolutely fantastic to hear about that as well. Well done. And of course, they've got a cup final on Friday night as well down at Whitley Park. So feel free to get yourselves along there if you want to watch the women take on Wallsend in the final. So that will be a blast as well. Some other news, of course, we'll talk about the England game as well. Definitely, of course, England won 2-1 against Switzerland. There's been someone's decided to hang their boots up now. Of course, you know who that will be. It is Jimmy Defoe. He's decided to call it a day now, so we'll talk about that as well. And you know what else will be shown on the show as well? Watch the Chipper Siggy. You can see him in the background. He's like, oh, God, what have I got in store to show the day? Anyway, we'll just rattle through some comments. If you do enjoy the show, guys, don't forget to hit the like button. Please subscribe if you are new as well. If you would like to donate, Super Chat is available. Hit the $sign and it'll take you through on what to do after that. And if you would like to become a member of the channel as well, hit the join button and you can become a member of the channel as well. I'll just rattle through these comments quickly. Louis just popped in to say hi before my show tonight on World of Sport TV. Did anyone watch England? I watched bits of it. I didn't watch much of it. Truls evening all. Hope you well. Yeah, hope you well, Truls. White Trout saying evening, Pete. Hope you well. Liam says, did you go to the Gates? Said, I was at the Leighton Orient versus Barrow the game of the day. I wasn't at the Gates the game of the day. I wasn't. I don't think I'm kind of glad I did because it finished 0-0. But we had this show on a Saturday. Yep, it was because unfortunately I had plans on yesterday. So, and I've got the feeling I might have to make the show again for next Saturday as well because I might plan to go watch the Newcastle women in the cup final as well, definitely. So there you are. But hey-ho. But anyway, we'll get Chippers in because he's in there. Good evening.
Sorry, hello.
Yes. Hi!
Yes, you caught me unaware there. I was just checking something on Twitter.
Yep. So, of course, the lads have been over in Dubai. Do you think it's done them good?
Well, firstly, I haven't. I'm just where I'm sitting in the light. It's just I haven't had a tan or anything. I haven't been on some beds or nothing. Just the way the light is in my house. Yeah, I think it come at the right time for them after 2 defeats, like so. I think we needed it just to freshen the legs up a bit and go again for the last 9 games.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, I totally agree with that. I mean, I think because we've had 3 away games in a row, the lads would have been absolutely knackered as anything with all the travelling as well, definitely. But yeah. So big up, Luke. I hope you're well. I see Blythe got a hammer in the day 4-1 off Hereford.
Did you say Luca was on John's Mamma Mia stream last night?
I didn't know. I haven't seen it yet, actually.
John did a live stream of Italy going out of North Macedonia, and he put like "Mamma Mia, Italy are out" and all that. And I thought, honestly, John, no, that's what you'd call it.
Oh, Chip is a Chip. Joe Linton's already in the house. Chip is a PD. Joe Linton says, "Chip, does he need a shave?"
I can't be bothered. Wish I could be bothered.
Yeah, good to see you, well, Luca. But yeah, I mean. Of course, they had Newcastle had the friendly game, of course, yesterday or the other day, which were the 1-5-0. Of course, we had 2 goals by both Dwight Gale and Maxi, and of course, Joe Linton got one as well. So, did you Did you manage to catch highlights? Because I don't think I've managed to find any so far.
I didn't even know we were playing a game over there. I thought we were just having training and that's it. I only found out because I was at work on Thursday. I found out on Thursday night that we had a game. Obviously, they came back on Thursday, so they must have literally played the game and then came straight back. But hopefully, the warm weather helps the likes of Trippier and Wilson in their recovery as well. So that'll be the facilities
really
will help. So that's something
absolutely.
That'll,
You've seen Trippier get down to try and get his back to full fitness. Same with Wilson. I mean, which game do you think they're looking to be back for? A lot of people said it could be Norwich, it could be Leicester, could it be Wolves at home? Which game do you think it's going to be before both of them are back?
I think it'll depend on how many points we get. I think if we get no points out of Wolves and Tottenham, or Tottenham and Wolves, I think they'll be back for the Leicester game, but just to try and sort of get it back, sort of give the players a bit of a boost. I think we're quite capable of beating Wolves at home because they're going to have no Neves or Jimenez now, so that's massive for us.
That's a massive advantage because you see what happened in the game against Leeds when both of them were off. Well, Neves has picked up an injury and he's out till May, and of course Jimenez got a second yellow card, and that's twice he's had 2 second yellow cards this season, so that's why the game was a 2-game ban for him. But and then what happened? Leeds just crumbled, and Leeds come back and won the game 3-2. So,
well, that's it. They looked really, really like Wolves. Just they don't look the same team without them two in it, And I think it being at St James's in front of a full house. I think we've got every. You'll probably have Trippier sitting in the dugout to cheer them on like Ready House. So I would say that there's a very good chance of 3 points there, So I think the Spurs game, if we get people put a performance in, I don't mind that because I can't see many teams below us picking up any points. So
no, I don't. I mean, the bottom teams have got tough games.
Yeah. But the good thing is, like I've said before, I think we only need 2 more wins out of these 9 games. I think 37 points will see we're comfortably safe. So that'll, and if we get it sooner rather than later, that'll depend on when Wilson and Trippier are back.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's going to be some point next month we'll see them back. Both definitely, of course. Of course, with Wilson been out since the end of December with the torn calf muscle, so he's been out for quite a long time. That's the thing. Again, if he's fit, do you rush him back into the side quickly, or do you think no, put him on the bench for a couple of games like last season, like Steve Bruce did, and only start him when you know he's going to be 100% ready?
Well, that's what I was just going to say. I think again it'll depend on what our results are. I think I wouldn't start him. You can't. He's too fragile to come back from an injury like that to just go start him. Unless he's really 100%, but I don't think he will be.
I think possibly Trippier could be the same as well.
I don't know. I think he may start Trippier because I think Trippier is generally a fitter person than what Wilson is. He hasn't had many injuries recently, and I think him in the team, whether he's 100% or not, just for like his leadership skills and qualities, I think we'll probably see him starting. More chance of starting than Wilson.
Yeah, I mean that's a possibility. But I mean the other two. Luckily, there's been some where other players have stepped in when needed to be. Kraft, even though we don't rate him, but he's done not too bad. But the past couple of games, he was not good at all. I mean, I don't think I would stop him against Spurs. I must admit. I mean, him up against Son, that would scare me.
Oh yeah, I'd play Manquillo, I think. But I think again, it just shows that's where we need our strength in the summer. Is I think we need to do. Remember when Chelsea first got took over and they were looking for 2 quality players for each position. I think that's what we need to do is get 2 players for each position that are good enough so that when one of them's out, we can just replace them straight away, and then we can build. Because we haven't got a competitive squad at the minute, that's what we need to do first before we think about challenging for titles and things like that. We need a competition in the squad, and as we've seen recently, I know Almiron scored on it national duty, but he's offered nothing when he's played. And he had that volley against Chelsea, but what else did he do really? Anything in the game?
Mm-hmm.
Everton as well. He offered nothing against Everton, where you would think, yeah.
I mean, so do you think Miggy's time's up now at the club?
Yeah, I think we need to get somebody who's actually got end product.
I mean, yeah. I mean, there's been a report that we could quote a 50 million price tag on him. I mean, do you think 50 million's a good deal? Or do you think we should be looking a little bit higher for?
Did you say 50? 15?
15.
Yeah, just take it and go.
I mean, if it could have been a loss, it's not a big deal. I think we just need some of the players off the wage bill.
It's only 5 million. I mean, to them, 5 million's now of a loss. I mean,
because we know the PIF, Amanda Stavely, and of course the Ruben brothers will look to get some investment during the summer as well. So,
I'll be 2 seconds. I'll just turn your mic off. I need to ask my mum something.
No problem. If you want to come on the show, guys, the link is pinned in the live comments as well. So if you click on the link, I will see you in the weight room and bring you on. But unfortunately, he looks like Wild Alex, but we couldn't see him again. So there you are. But yeah, we're up to would be comments. I'm going to Walsall away next week. Looking forward to it. Nice one, Liam. How come you had a friendly? We've just been having friendlies during the international breaks. I know that. I think it's just to give some of the players just a bit of an opportunity, I must say. But yeah, don't know. We had a friendly. Yes, we did 5-0 when it was. The lads, I don't think Trippier Wilson will be rushed back. No, I don't think it'll be rushed back either because, again, it's a good idea to just take and play it safe. Don't rush them back or don't put them in the side if they're 100%. Going to be 100%, that's the thing. So, Trippier Wilson be back. So, yeah, they might be back for Norwich away. Could well be. Julian says, PD, don't discraft or you will not be your bit on the side anymore. Miggy is a La Liga player. I think a good place like that would be good for him. Liam says, what the thoughts and reports say we are after Neymar?
That's all the all reports because we're blatantly not. We're not going to sponge a large part of transfer budget on one player who, let's be honest, is a show pony and only turns up when he wants to turn up. We're trying not to do what Man City did when they signed Rubinho, where that was what he was. So I don't think
Alexico comes on for chippers.
It's fucking better not. I won't get worded.
How dangerous is that Saudi F1 track, by the way? Somebody crashed at 200 miles per hour into a wall.
Wow. I was Schumacher's son. Aye. The thing is, it's a street circuit, and most street circuits are like that. They're about cars width of each other, and lengthwise and widthwise. So all street circuits are dangerous because they're tight circuits. They're not designed to really have Formula One or whatever racing there because it's a street. It's meant to have cars half the size of it on it, so that's the risk that happens in the street circuits. Unfortunately, is that the track size isn't big enough for a car or 2 cars or things like that. So
yeah, Matthew says, to be honest, I think 2 more points and we're safe. Matthew says, who's Alex? I tell you what, he's a big Napoli fan. He's a big Napoli fan, but in terms of his connection, it's really, really laggy and it falls quite behind.
He's he makes John's internet look good.
Mm-hmm. our fans were never talking about these sort of signings. It was mainly the media and fans from other clubs. Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I mean, Neymar, would he come?
You'd only come if the money for the money. That's the only reason he would come, isn't it? I mean, I think
Alex is Chipper's best friend.
is he shite? He's the one person that if you're in the same room with, you wouldn't get a word in because his internet's that laggy. You'd still be talking about the previous conversation from half an hour ago.
Is it Chipper or Chippers? Chippers.
Yes, with the Z. It's with the Z or S. Chippers. It's the same fucking thing to me.
Julian thinks we'll get Bale in the summer. Wow. Neymar will come to England, see with Holland or Messi. Right, we'll see. I think we'll. No, I've just read that one. Even in Pete, when did you start doing a Saturday night show? I mean, the reason I put this show on a Saturday because I had plans on yesterday, so that's why I moved it to the Saturday, which I might have to do again next Saturday as well because
I don't mind that.
I'm thinking of getting myself down to watch the Newcastle women in the cup final against Wall's End, which they did like last year.
We're different play on the Sunday as well, so it's not that bad. So.
Yeah. Matthew, he likes to be called Chippy when he's feeling fruity. Oh God, Professor Proudlock Samuel. Wow. But speaking of the women, they finally got a game at St James's Park on the 1st of May against Barnsley, which is the final game of the season for the Newcastle United women. But that absolutely brilliant. It's St James's Park. I think that'll be a good turnout on the 1st of May as well. I think there'll be quite a lot of people there turning up for that as well. What do you make of that?
Yeah, it's great for them. It shows that the owners actually care and that they're giving them the send off that giving them a send off for the season to say, well, you have worked hard this season. There's your reward for it. Go and play at St James's Park in front of probably the biggest audience you'll ever play against. So it's it's good that obviously I've seen videos of them at the training ground and watching the women's games. And it's great because Mike Ashley would never have done that. He won't give a shit.
Not.
So it's
absolutely not. I think they'll possibly both Amanda and Bertrand will be on there on Friday. I can see them being down in Whitley Park on Friday night as well. I mean, Whitley Park, of course, where the under-23s play normally as well. So that's where they'll be playing on Friday, anyone who's not been, right next to the current training ground. So yeah, I'm thinking to get myself along to that. It was great last season when Newcastle won 5-1 against Wall's End. Could they repeat and get another win and win the cup as well? But
could be the first start of silverware. Well, could be the first silverware of many.
It could well be. Of course, they're trying to fight for the title as well. I've not checked the league table for a while yet, and of course they got the game against Liverpool on the Sunday the 2nd as well. So they've got 2 games in the space of a couple of days, and there you are. So they've got the cup on the Friday, then they've got the game against Liverpool, which could all determine who gets the title as well, because that is massive. That will be massive if the Newcastle women could win that. Only just lost 1-0 down there in the current season, but taking it back up to Druid Park on the 3rd of April. So a week tomorrow, and that game's going to be big.
That was good.
David says, congratulations on getting me own place for the first. Yep, that's right. That's correct. I've now got my own place very, very soon. So there you go. Several sources say we are in the lead to sign Botman this summer. we'll see what happens because AC Milan really want him as well, I've got to admit. So, but
well, if you're John Sinclair, you think Milan have got him already in the bag, man. But as well, that he's not a Newcastle fan.
Why has PD got a new flat? Because it's my new place. I'm moving it to your place, my own dependency now. So there you go.
It's a bit of a stupid question, isn't it? Why has he got a flat? Well, why, man? Fuck's sake.
Yeah, I couldn't see two nobbies coming. It just says, even Russell called Max Fist and strapped a fucking prick on his radio today for almost driving into him, and Russell still ended up 6 foot tomorrow's race. Wow. Liam says, what was the attendance of Gateshead? I'm not too sure. I've not checked how much the fans today because I wasn't there the day. But it was a 0-0 draw. I mean, they're just very lucky. Brackley Town conceded a last-minute equaliser right at the end against Spennymoor. So gets a little bit of a let off for Gator there, but Brackley have still got the one game on hand on Gator, but still 3 points. But Gator's goal difference is still big. But I think Gator's trip away to Brackley, which I think is very, very soon, is a big game for them because if Gator win that, they are well in the chance of winning the title for the National League North, I must admit. So they were 1,816 according to Mason.
I see Sunderland are out of the playoff places in League One as well. They dropped down to 7th today.
Were they not playing the day? No, they must have, because normally I think they have players in international duty. You missed my comment about the women's football. I couldn't see that, Tony. What did you put? Oh, hold on. Now I can see now. I don't know why they put the women's game on before the men's and have people allowed to come early to watch. That's why women's UFC is so popular, because it's packaged as one event. But I mean, it'll be good for the women to get their first chance at St James's Park. So there you are. It's next week. It's gonna be LPD living on your old bills, stacking up less matches in a year. But to be honest, it's great to get your own place. Absolutely agree with that. Yeah. PD moving with Chippers. You could. Oh God Almighty, Julian. You think Gator will win the league? Hopefully they will. Feel free falling Sunderland again. The state of League One is peak. And Liam says, talking of Sunderland, my mistake was at the Carlisle game. And like I said to a Sunderland fan, I don't miss watch in Premier League football. He is good. I mean, Terry is a mad mistake.
Who's he?
He's a YouTuber. He's a big Sunderland fan. He does a lot of vlogs, but he was watching Carlisle today against Bristol Rovers.
Yeah.
And I think he's a great YouTuber. He does a lot of great content, and he speaks the truth for what it is as well. So
no, Peter, I didn't want you to turn into a John Sinclair League gunner sort of type, saying, he's a tremendous, saying he's a fantastic YouTuber and he's my idol and all this heebie-jeebie shit.
Oh, absolutely not. I
mean, fucking hell, man.
I mean,
if you could go on and say, he's a fantastic YouTuber. I mean, fuck's sake, all you do is put a camera to your face and speak.
But I would say he talks the truth on a lot of things as well. That
well, if you say someone does shit, then he's speaking the truth.
He's quite funny as well. He's quite a funny person as well. So,
well, I think they're all fucking hilarious, mate.
You from Gateshead, PD? I live in the Gateshead area, but I'm really just born in Newcastle. PD, Chippers and Joe living in the Love Shack together. Oh God! Afternoon, evening, 2:30. Salt Shake 77 and some good listenage. Sounds good. Salt Lake Junior Concert. How many rooms I pay in this new flat? 1 bedroom it is. Of course, it's got lounge, kitchen, and it's got a hallway, bathroom, and everything like that. Liam says he likes my mistake. There's a couple of decent Southern YouTubers. Liam saying John Sinclair Lee got our soulmates. I have a feeling we are going to see True says I have a feeling we are going to see ASM on fire for the rest of the season.
Fucking hope so.
That would be brilliant. We've got Mr. James.
Good to see you,
Got
man.
Mr. James Sharkey in there.
Hello, Peter. You're right.
Hi, can you say?
Mate.
Were you at the Gator game or not today?
No, not today, mate. We've been carpet shopping.
Oh, right.
Carpet shopping. So we've been doing that. But did I miss much? I mean, it was a 0-0 draw.
I mean,
You can literally hear us in the background.
you got the YouTube on.
Yeah, we've had you on in the background whilst I make me tea. We've got you on in the background. I was like, do you know what? Should I make an appearance on the telly? Yeah, why not? So literally, Joanna is like watching the TV and she can see me, you, and Chippers whilst I'm on the screen.
Nice, Caddy.
She enjoys her live streams, though. She loves watching them.
Good.
I missed your live stream yesterday, Peter.
I did do one yesterday because.
Did you know? Oh, well.
That's why I'm doing the show tonight.
But yeah, it was a 0-0 draw. I think with Gateshead and Bradford. Gateshead got away with one though, because not only a 0-0 is not the best result for them. Brackley conceding the 90th minute.
I heard they did against Spennymoor, wasn't it?
Finished 1-1, and Blythe lost 4-1.
Yes. Bribery.
I watched the England game. Oh,
crap! I did.
We're not good enough, mate. Not just even though they won, it's just like it wasn't the best performance. You know, they could play a lot better.
Yeah, absolutely. I only caught bits of it, but
Are you at the women's game tomorrow, Peter? You at the women's game tomorrow against Bradford?
I'm not sure. Yeah, you definitely going?
Oh yeah, me, Joanna are going, and I think Lawrence is going. So there'll be a few.
Let's see what I can do. I'll definitely try and get the cup game on the Friday night.
Oh, that's what I'm a bit hit-y-missy with at the minute with work, but I will definitely be at the Bradford one because that's the big game for them. They're all big games now. We can't afford to lose.
What do you think of it? They've got the game St James's Park on the 1st of May.
Unbelievable. I think it's, you know what it is? If they somehow beat Liverpool and it goes to the final game, they could lift the title and get promoted. That'd be great, that.
That'd be fantastic.
It would remind me of Barnsley, because what is it with us and Barnsley, St James's Park? Like, last game of the season, we had them in the Championship last game of the season, and now we've got them in the women's game.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, of course, we know the current squad are over in Dubai at the moment. They had a friendly game the other day as well. I don't know if you had... I mean, could you catch any highlights? Or because I've not managed to catch any so far.
To be honest, I haven't really been keeping an eye on it, apart from like they've been training and stuff, and they've been happy. They've had a couple of days off training, and then just they beat some sides 6. I don't know what it was. I honestly have not been watching.
It was 5-0. We had there was 2 goals each for ASM and Gale, and Joe Linton scored 1 as well in that game as well. So
it's just, for me, it was more like the players can go away, have a bit of a break, and then we'll come back for the Spurs game. I try not to like switch on too much when it's like when they're away from home, like, especially when they're going to like a little pre-season type thing. Yeah, it doesn't really mean much. It's just, I don't know. I think I'm more like wants to come back and they're more ready for the Spurs game, because it's huge. We've got like the last little running.
That's a massive game. It really, really is.
Get them against Spurs, I think. If we really put our minds to it, if we keep playing the way we're playing, got a chance.
Absolutely. I don't see why not. Yeah. I don't see why not. Would Biggie's been rumoured to go in the summer? Do you think it's a player now we need to move on?
Done. Finished. He's been finished for a couple of seasons. It's like Jamal Lascelles, there's a few of them. You know, they've long overstayed their welcome. It's, you know, at the end of the day, we're in a new era with a takeover. They're going to want to stamp their authority, especially in the summer if we're still, which we should do. Yeah. Providing no hiccups. And then they'll literally address the squad, get rid of who they want to get rid of, and then rebuild. Because Eddie Howe, at the end of the day, he'll be judged on what he does over the summer. For me, if he really wants to build something with a club. Yeah,
absolutely. I mean, there you go. I mean, 50 million. We're apparently going to put a price tag on him. Do you think that's a decent amount, or do you think we should look a bit higher?
Who's this?
Miggy.
15 million. The one I'm gonna go for.
Apparently 15 million.
I think, to be honest with you, I think that's about right, because we're not going to make the money back. Unfortunately, he's just not quite cut it. We could overstretch the barriers, but I can't see a club actually bidding the same amount of money that we've paid. I think, what do we pay? 21 million quid, something like that.
Yeah, well, that's how much we pay.
Don't get us wrong. I mean, the lad can run, but he's very weak when it comes to like having shots on goal and stuff. I think he just needs a bit more work on him. The lack of game time. It's not just going to be Miggy that falls through that trap. It's going to happen, over the course of this takeover, over the course of a couple of seasons. There's going to be competition everywhere. That's what the fans want to see. For example, you take off Callum Wilson, you want another striker who's very similar, who could do a similar job. You know what I mean? You don't want to be thinking, oh, well, we've taken off Callum Wilson or we've taken off ASM and we haven't got anyone with the same quality. You know what I mean? That's what we need.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. I mean, apparently there was a comment about that was made to Lascelles about he's on borrowed time now at this football club.
The all are, as far as I'm, apart from the ones that were signed, a lot of them are. The ones that aren't even like. I mean, as I said, like Kieran Clark, for example, he'll not stay. He'll be gone at the end of the season. Lascelles, I think he'll go at the end of the season. Gale will be gone. There's probably a few that I've not even mentioned they'll be gone because Eddie Howe, as said, will want to stamp his own authority on the side. Like he hasn't been here very long, but I'm sure he's been here long enough to know who is going to cut it and who can't. Do you know what I mean? If they can't adapt to what he wants.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
As I said, there'll be massive changes over the summer.
Yeah, Tony says, can I cook? Not too bad at times. Crash in the house. Oh, God. Miggy thinks he'll go to a team like Valencia.
He'll play in Spain or he'll probably go like in the Italian league. I mean, he's not an awful player. He's just not quite there for the Premier League standard. If you know what I'm saying. The lad can run. He's got a lot of energy about him. But sometimes, like using your initiative, he's not the best, is he? At the end of the day, you can't keep passengers at your club, if you know what I'm saying, that aren't really offering a great deal. If you've got with the money that we've got, we want to keep building and making the squad stronger.
Yeah, Liam thinks everyone else will go to the Championship. That's a very possibility.
Not all of them. No, I think some of them will go abroad. I think they are good enough.
The likes of Clark, Hendrick.
Yeah, well, them ones, exactly.
They'll go to the Championship. Who else could go to the Championship? Darlow's
Darlow goes well. I think Woodman will probably end up going as well. There's going to be a massive player out. It'll literally be a fire sale, a jumbo sale, whatever you want to call it. That's what it's going to be in the summer. Come and take our players. They're no longer service to requirements.
Yeah, Tony says, make me a mod. I've just made you a mod, Tony. I kind of see that Check Toasty's comment, but it's probably a twat in the comments, which I can't see.
Yeah, you're going to get trolls all the time, aren't you? You just say, best ignore them, mate. Mm-hmm. Don't give them any airtime.
Let me all crafty. Clark, Longstaff, Gale, Kraft, Miggy, all lucky to be here next season. Yeah, I totally agree with that.
But you've got to remember, with all of this money, right? The thing is, would they be accepted at Man City? Would they be accepted at Chelsea, Liverpool, Man United, Spurs? No, they wouldn't. With this sort of money, we're on par with these clubs. Obviously, we've got more than them, but in terms of what we can bring in, we're on par with them over a 5-6 year period. Depending how quick we do it.
Yeah, Kraft says, stop giving my comments. Just let you know, it's not the Horseman show. Kraft, just to let you know.
It's not the Horseman
Even
show.
Joe Lynn and Kraft want to be mod to the chat. Oh, God almighty, I dread to think of.
Tell you what, though, I mean, sometimes, I've criticised Joe Linton, but I think Eddie Howe's put him in that midfield where he's played so much better.
Liam says Woodman's another phrase to post. I think I agree with that. I mean,
he's just at the minute he's probably trying to find his way in the game. Championship is probably his standard.
He is in a dead man's name as well. Pretty sick. Yeah, I totally agree with that. Tony, well, we've got another guest.
Look who's in there.
Oh, sure. How are you feeling?
Shit.
I mean,
Well,
you feel like terrible, or are you
like? To be fair, like me, I'm still coughing. But like,
Has he got COVID? Like,
at day I.
oh,
So I only got tested it last night and it turned out positive.
oh.
So I've got to isolate for about 5 days or so. But the thing is, I can't, I'm literally out of bloody I'm literally out of flipping the COVID self test things. I've got none left, so I'll have to put me mum's gonna like get someone get them for her.
Hmm. At least you're not feeling terrible. So, I can imagine how it must be feeling.
No, me nose is like not it's not blocked.
Mhm. That's a big thing. Where much will be comments. Kraft says I'll be a very good bot. Oh God, go on then. Yeah. What to? Yeah, Jolin's one of my favorite players now. Love the guy. According to Tony, I could see Bournemouth keeping Woodman. If not, he'll go to Scotland. That's a well possibility. That Archer the Tash. Nice to have more games televised while we have so many away games. I absolutely get well soon. Archer, according to Tony.
Yeah.
God, you've just become a mod. See with Joe Linton for the channel. I mean, what do you make of the squad that's been over in Dubai? I mean, they've had some time over there.
Yeah. At least like at least the little at least over in Dubai having a 2 weeks session like because the need a break after like what the team's done lately performing will be obviously been performing great, getting winning games and whatnot. And obviously we'll literally come to the end of the season, so I think like a 2 week break to Dubai is what I think they need before they
Yeah.
before they refresh and get back to basics for next week away to Spurs.
Yeah, I mean, that's going to be an interesting game.
To be fair, I'd like us to beat Spurs, like because our run with at Spurs, I think we're the only team that's have. I think we're the only team that's beaten Spurs at their new ground.
Well, we have beat them there before, yeah, haven't we?
I'd like to see us beat them.
It's going to be hard.
I would take a point. I'd be happy with a point on Sunday. But like the way Spurs have been playing, I think I think Spurs might just beat one.
Can you have someone's dog there?
Yeah, give us a second. I'm going to shut me window.
Is it come from next door, does it?
It is alright.
All right.
Oh my God.
Who let the dogs out?
Obviously, you'd be fine for the Wolves game, Archer.
Yeah, I'll be alright for the Wolves game. It's just literally hot. It's just kind of hit us. So I'll be fine for the Wolves game. No bother. It's just a few days will not hurt. Even though I've got to bloody isolate for 5 days. But mother turns around and says, "Oh, you've got to isolate for a week." If I don't have the test thing.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was 5 days if you've had all 3 vaccines.
But the thing is, I've literally had both of them. I've literally had all three of me jobs, but I just do not understand how I've managed to bloody code it, even though I've had the three jobs.
I think the jab, it just doesn't make you come as severe ill with it. That's what it's supposed to do mostly. Mike says, can't wait for the women's game to play at St. James's Park. The owner's taking them seriously now. Absolutely. What do you make of that, Archer?
What's that?
The women are playing at the first game. They're going to get their game at St. James's Park on the 1st of May against Barnsley.
Oh, that'll be interesting.
I think it's about time. I think the owners have done very brilliant with that.
Yeah. Oh, and that's for the that's if they can win.
Yeah, they've got a chance for the title, I must admit.
If they beat Liverpool Feds or Reds, wherever they are, then I think that they'll be fine.
I mean, they only lost 1-0 down there. They're taking the game up to Druid Park on a week tomorrow.
Yeah.
If they win that game, they've got a big chance.
Yeah. I know they play. I think they're playing tomorrow, isn't it?
Yep, against Bradford. Reese says, Arch, I have COVID. It gets better. Mate. Drink plenty of water. Keep hydrated. Absolutely.
Plenty of wet thoughts.
Yeah, to be honest, I've not paid much attention what the squad have been up to in Dubai. Just majority training sessions, and they did have one game, which they won. One more win, and we're safe, in my opinion. Safe already, but just to cement it. I think still a couple of wins for me, just to be on the safe side.
Yeah.
I thought Tony was a Man U fan.
My reason why I want to beat Tottenham is because I know a few Spurs fans. I mean, we're still a beaten at their new ground, but I do not want to see a repeat of performance from last season. Absolutely no chance. I want to see a repeat of performance like that, which I don't think we will. I think Eddie Howe will make sure they are ready for the game against Spurs. Tony says vaccinations or to build up your immunity so your body has antibodies to respond to if you get it, not a preventative. There you are. So that's why. Jolin says, I've got a headache. That's Sinclair's propaganda chippers with the Man United.
But doesn't he say Tony's a Man U fan, or is he just saying that to try and get everybody off his back?
Doesn't count as a game in Dubai if it's 60 minutes with breaks every 20. That's just more of a training session. Yeah, I mean, it is, but I think it's done the squad pretty good. Because a lot of the squad, well, a majority of our squad will not be on international duty, so that's why they've gone over there.
It's got the breaks because of the heat and everything as well. It's like virtually impossible to play 90 minutes.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, yeah. But yeah, but anyway, guys, if you enjoyed the show, don't forget to hit the thumbs up. Please subscribe if you are new. If you would like to donate, Super Chat is available. Hit the $sign. You can donate. Oh, that check the toast is trying to come into the weight room, but he's gone out. I would have kicked them out anyway.
Who?
That check the toast. That one of the twats.
Oh, the trolls.
Yeah, I would have just kicked them out anyway. So, but the funny thing is, it was when the last time Paul was on my show, he could see the comments, but the thing is, I couldn't see the comments.
Bloody hell.
Tony says he's using me to shift the blame. I said I'd change my name to Tony the Red if Man U get top 4, but I doubt that.
They're not getting top 4 this season.
Will this break be the same for the World Cup in Qatar? I'm not too sure. It depends who gets selected for their countries.
I'm very surprised that Italy's not in the World Cup this year.
I can't believe that. Of North Macedonia, of all people.
I know.
Tony says, like and subscribe if you like the content, people. Cheers, Tony. I mean, I couldn't believe that as well. Is that the second time Italy have missed out in a row?
They missed out in Russia. They've missed out this year.
Wow. Well, apparently, Crafts put a user that you've blocked in timeout. So it just shows they're trying to stop the trollops from doing stuff as well. So big on ears for that. Apparently, Liam says this is the first time. Hold on, this what's bad. I'm going to ban him from the studio.
You trying to get in again?
He's trying to get in again, but he's just come out again. This is the first time I won't be watching the World Cup. I'll still be watching it, but apparently loads of fans are really concerned about going over to Qatar. I'm actually happy Italy got beat. Will be nice to have a smaller team instead of a regular. We should have won that Euros, I must admit. Heard about Bernie trying to buy Moses. Which...
Victor Moses?
Is he still playing?
Is he? I don't know.
I think he is.
But there you go. It looks like Sharky's got off the stream almost if he's had a... Oh, no, he's still in there, but I cannot see him. Sharky, you still there?
Must be having his tail somewhere.
Yeah, Victor Moses, he wants to love from Russia where he's playing. Oh, well.
Must mean leave.
Liam says, just go watch your local non-league teams when the World Cup comes. I'll still watch the World Cup, but I'll try and get into some non-league football as well if it's not clashing with a game I plan to watch, particularly the Indian games. So there you are. But we'll just be going just over nearly 50 minutes, so hope you guys enjoyed the show. Tony says apparently loads of people died building the stadiums in Qatar because of the heat. I think our players will struggle in the climate, according to Tony. That's going to be the issue. Apparently it's going to be really, really warm weather over there.
What they'll do when it's the World Cup, they'll end up having drink breaks. When they're playing, so they'll end up having water breaks.
Absolutely. Apparently says, Victor Moses wants to move from Russia where he plays. Yes. I see. It's a disgrace. It's in Qatar. Any other country, it's a different story. But apparently the Prem are blocking the move. And Tony says, it's beyond.
I'm back. Sorry.
It's behind red hot in Qatar, really hot, according to Tony. I mean, I think...
Just have me tea.
I mean, Qatar, the World Cup, we know it's going to be in Qatar, but do you think it should have been in Qatar?
No. I would have been happy if we hosted the World Cup.
Yeah.
There's all about money, wasn't there? Because they backhanded the FIFA and that, didn't they? So...
Alex is in the house. Evening, lads. Hope you're well. Good evening, Alex. If you want to come on the show, feel free to do so, buddy. Stato, of course, he has all the stats, Alex, when it comes to... Liam says it could have been rumored to be held in Australia.
No. Not for me, like.
I mean, Australia's a long way, but I mean, it's the time difference.
What's funny, Sean?
You got YouTube playing in the background.
So basically, right. My phone is literally resting against the cushion on the settee, and then you've got Joanna literally seeing us on the TV screen. I'm going like that, just laughing. So I can't. I'm trying.
You got the sound on the TV, Sharky?
No, because it means you'll end up hearing yourself about 1,500 times.
I don't know why. All right, must have done the right to be taken with it.
Mine.
I don't know why it's taken with a bit, but it mustn't be if you tend to do.
No. That the TV is literally turned right down, so I can't do it for that reason. So you don't hear the same thing twice.
Mm-hmm. To be honest, I don't want the World Cup boring. Southgate dross can't be asked. Southgate's got to get his selection right here for this World
Do you
Cup.
want to know about Gareth Southgate? He's Newcastle bias. That's literally the bottom line. Doesn't matter what Newcastle players do, right? We could have Harry Kane on our side, right? And he'll not pick him. He plays for Newcastle.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, we had a couple of new debuts. Walker Peters made his debut of the day.
We look very vulnerable at the back, though. The thing is, I'm all for like giving youngsters a chance, but we look so disjointed.
I mean, we saw one of Paul's favourite, Connor Cody, was in the background.
It's just, the thing is, we don't want to be going into a tournament disjointed.
Yeah.
The thing is, as well, that was a friendly. That was just a friendly. It was shite.
That's what I mean. If that's the mentality, then we're not going to win the World Cup. It's as simple as that.
No, it's definitely tough. Stadiums are being built. Contract side now. There you are. If it was in Australia, imagine the time we'd have to watch. It's 11 hours ahead of us. Yeah, some are 11 hours, some are 10 hours ahead. Depends.
Do you know what it is, though? When England play, you best just go to bed, to be honest. Because, I mean, as soon as you wake up in the morning, if something's happened, then at least you won't lose any sleep.
Alex says, what do we think of Southgate doing 6 experiments at the same time?
Shite.
That's literally Gareth Southgate for you. He's average.
What do you think of Italy? Called Alex as well.
Very
surprised they didn't qualify.
Well, they beat us, didn't they?
It's a Middlesbrough connection. 5 at the back against Switzerland. Kraft thinks Italy were bottle jobs, and Joe Linton thinks Southgate's wasting our talent.
I just think that the squad's very disjointed. Like, at the end of the day, you've got to have experience, and like, if you're putting too much inexperience in, then it's going to cost me. Do you know what I mean? You've got to get a settled side that's going to play consistently well at the highest level. That's the only way England are going to win something.
Which brings on Alex's next comment. Henderson and Shaw were so poor, even though Shaw scored a really good goal. The goal, which was pressure by Walker Peters and a handball, penalty a payment over the cracks. I think that's a good point Alex just made there.
It's just, as said, he's under pressure because if he doesn't win the World Cup, he simply has to go.
It's got to do well.
Don't get as long as pull the nation together, but you're not remembered for getting to a semi-final twice and getting to a final and not winning the tournament. You know what I mean? He could have won the Nations League. Balls that. The World Cup would have been a tough ask against France in the final, but we should have beaten Italy in that Euros. They were there for the taking.
Liam says England are overrated. I mean, some of the players should have been selected in there. If I was English, Southgate would stop me up front according to Emil Kraft.
He's just it's make or break for him really in this World Cup. I have to say, has to be.
Tony says, I know it's good changing the England team all the time for the players to get back, but do we not want to build a fixed 11 with the chemistry while playing together?
Just a tight. I mean, I'll be honest. That first half, we should be 3 or 4-0 down. Before we even managed to pull it back to 1-1, we should have been down 4-5.
They had some good chances, didn't they?
And by the way, they didn't even play the strongest side. They were still missing a lot of players. It's just Gareth Southgate for me just doesn't fill me with any confidence whatsoever.
Maguire and Shaw should be out, and Tomori should be in according to Joe Linton.
I mean, Ivory Coast, they'll be on another level to Switzerland because they're a decent side. Think of the players they've got on Tuesday. Got to be up for it, otherwise we're just going to get the same sort of situation. Get punished.
He says Joe Linton exactly had a Crystal Palace defendant instead of Tomori. They did, didn't they?
Well, that says, what's the difference between Crystal Palace and Newcastle? Why is it 2 Crystal Palace players made there? Well, I think one of them's already had a couple of caps. That Gallagher, but the other guy was put in the England setup, right? But where's Dan Burn? Where's Target? Yeah, Crystal Palace are no better than Newcastle, position wise.
Southgate played for Palace, didn't he?
This is what I'm saying. It's just there's so much Newcastle bias, man. It stinks.
Yeah, absolutely. Alex says England are overrated. Informed Sancho fit Webster. Tomori being selected. Abraham being fit. Rice start. Pickford not playing.
Oh, you know what it is though, right? He does play well, Pickford for England. Obviously, Everton not a terrible side, but I'd like to see Ramsdale get given a run in the England side.
I think he will get there in the next game. When's England's next game?
Tuesday.
I agree. On Tuesday at Wembley. Is it Wembley? I think it's at Wembley anyway.
Yeah, Ivory Coast on Tuesday night.
That's right.
Bring
Ivory
Tomori
Coast.
and get Sean Maguire and Mings out. Mings, see, I don't rate Tyrone Mings either as well.
It's just the thing is, it's just this whole chemistry thing. It's that's what worries me with Gareth Southgate going into the World Cup. Like, as I keep telling you, it's good that he's giving everyone, a chance, but there's gonna be so much inexperience, like players that haven't had enough caps, and that's gonna cost you in the World Cup. You can't afford to mess it up.
Alex says there are loads of changes that makes our team much stronger, according to Alex.
I'll be honest, even though I wouldn't say one, I wasn't convinced.
They should have been out of sight by half time, according to Tony.
Should have been.
The Hall versus Maguire. I heard they'll only have 90 million this summer. I think White thinks Newcastle only have 90 million this summer. I think it'll be more.
Harry Maguire is overrated. Trust us.
How on earth would a journalist who loved Steve Bruce would know what transfer figure we've got when there's 9 games left to play and we're technically unsafe yet from relegation?
Well, I thought that was a call to the Telegraph, and it wouldn't surprise me if it was who wrote that.
Yeah, it was.
Luke Edwards.
It was.
There you go.
Yeah.
We still need a couple of wins to be safe anyway, you know what I mean? There's winnable games, but we'll have to do the business, do you know what I mean? It's typical journalists, man, they just try to put it down.
But why would they when he didn't want them to take over? So why would he? Why would they tell him?
Crazy, man. Just do it for the clicks, don't they?
Tony thinks we'll spend around 150 million in gross spend, but have a big clear out. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Jolin Echo.
I'm gonna see off mate, mate.
Okay, then, Archer.
Yeah, well soon, Archer.
So yeah, that was Archer again. If you want to come on the show, guys, the link is pinned in the live comments. So if you click that link, I'll see you. Exactly. We don't have a set team that they used to play with each other. It's just random players every time they give youngsters caps.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I get he's giving youngsters a chance, but at the end of the day, the lack of caps, that's going to cost us in big tournaments because they haven't got that much experience. I get, yes, that he's doing it to give them experience, but, if we've got players ahead of them that are actually experienced and you're getting towards a tournament, you've got to keep playing them, you know what I mean? Just simple as that. Yeah, I get the whole player merit thing, but today was evident, like, that side looked disjointed for me. Really looked disjointed. And that would worry me going into a World Cup.
Luke is a Leighton Orient fan anyway, according to Liam.
Leighton Orient, so why is he so...
Massive echo, Peter. Hold on, I'm just going to have to see whether it's causing the echo. Just bear with me a few moments, guys. I'll distribute the echo.
Okay.
Is it Sharky that's causing the echo? I think it's Sharky's side. Sharky, I think you're causing the echo.
On YouTube with his missus, isn't it? That's why.
He said he's got the volume off, but I think the echo's causing that.
Right, I'll come out and go back in.
No problem. Right, yeah, I think that it was on Sharky's side that was causing the echo. Echo, yeah, I think it was on Sharky's side. So, yeah, it was. So, but hopefully he'll get it sorted. So, anyway, but there you are. All right.
Let's say Christian Eriksen's.
Is any better?
Is that better?
Yeah, that's better. That's fine.
Sorry, man. I don't know what happened there.
There we are. I don't know what was causing all that.
I've actually just turned it off from the PlayStation side because we're on the big screen.
Yeah, maybe. So many devices playing at once, it could possibly do that.
So Christian Eriksen scored for Denmark tonight.
Did he?
Nice.
Who are they playing?
I think it was Holland. I think.
See, they're very hit and miss as well. Like you don't know what you're going to get with them.
Yep. But anyway, guys, because we've been going an hour, you know what that means?
Food picks.
It certainly is. Food picks. Well, then, we've got how many to show today? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Hopefully, no one's out like fucking penises.
British having a food.
Well then, so we've got that many to show tonight. So let's see what you think. So let's start with the first one. Now, this is the first one we're going to show. And we've got...
What's that?
That is
wrong.
That is chips,
That's Hiroshima.
beans in a bun at Brentford.
No, it's not. That's fucking Hiroshima in a bun. That.
That looks wrong, that does. I would not be having that half time. Save your money. It looks like just stale dry bread with beans and... Oh, no.
I mean,
I hate baked beans.
You hate baked beans, Chippers?
Yeah, fucking hate them.
Not good.
Oh, I mean, that's a bit of a funny combination. Chips and beans in a bun. Surprised the makes the bun all bloody soggy eating that. The next one we have is this, and that is it's onion bargies, chips, and a mint yogurt dip, and that's served at South Shields.
South Shields?
Why the fuck would you have a yogurt dip with chips and fucking chicken?
It's onion bargies, Chippers, not chicken.
Onion bargies? Why? Why? Is there something wrong with them?
Try not to laugh, are you? Do you want us literally laughing at it because it's her neck of the woods?
It looks like jizz. It looks like someone's jizzed on the fucking side. Or a bird shot on it. It does.
Do you want to basically one surpriser?
Next one we have. Now this I think something you would definitely have.
Oh yeah, that looks you took off badly wrong. What's that?
Is that folders?
That's two slices of pizza, but not just any pizza, 2 slices of stuffed crust pizza. Now that is served at York City.
I think I've seen better created come up with yours.
I mean, did you not see that when you went down to York, Sharky?
I'll be honest, no, because that wasn't on offer when I was down there. So, literally, when I went down with Gateshead, it was literally pies, sausage rolls, like burgers. That wasn't on the menu.
Wow, that's very.
To be fair, it was probably for those in the home end. You probably get the basics if you're like an away fan.
Aye, but there you are. To be honest, that looks nice. I would definitely tuck into something like that.
I mean, let's be fair, Peter. How much would you pay for that?
Oh, I don't think it.
York will probably charge you like £9 for that. Well, it's probably not even worth it.
It wasn't that expensive. It
looks like a margarita pizza.
It is, yes, but stuffed crust can't go wrong with stuffed crust at times.
You can't. But it just depends how it's. Yeah.
Right, next one we've got, and it's this one. It's buttermilk chicken, fries, and that's served at Melbourne.
I don't think I'll be having that at all.
I mean, I don't think that looks too bad as well.
What's the sauce?
Where's the fucking chips? The last thing's fucking chicken.
It doesn't tell you what chicken, but now if you were to buy that would cost around $15. So that's £8.40.
What's $15 for that?
May as well get in the KFC.
I'm going to say you've got to be kidding us. You'd literally go bankrupt. Imagine trying to feed the 5,000 with that on that price. You definitely gone bankrupt.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Now this one, I think one of yours would happily tuck into this next one I'm going to show.
Go on then. Ooh, that's all right. That's probably something I'd have down there.
Right. What we've got in there is cheesy chips, even though it's Macam food. We've got a cheeseburger. There's doner kebab, chicken pakora, and pakora sauce, and that's served at Partick Thistle.
Do you know what? I'll give that a go. I'll give that a go.
Only £9 for that as well.
Just all I'm going to say is you'd be going to a couple of toilet stops.
But I mean, £9 for a big box like that. Wow.
Yeah, and how much were they charging in Melbourne for that little chicken thing? $15.
$50. That's
way bigger.
About £8 odd in English pounds.
It's nice. I'd tuck into that.
I think I would definitely tuck into that.
100%.
That does look really nice, I must admit. So there you are. Right, the next one then. Now this looks pretty unappetizing, I've got to admit. So there you go.
That is not
Right.
nice.
Oh,
That
looks like a
is
fucking
weird.
octopus.
That looks like
Right.
fungus gone badly wrong.
Right,
Oh.
that is right. What they say that's deep fried spaghetti and meatball fries at Toronto FC.
Looks like worms.
I mean, the spaghetti, deep fried spaghetti. I mean, I'm not
Are they
sure.
chips? Fucking hell.
No, it's deep fried spaghetti.
No, is that chips as well?
Oh
Yeah,
yes, yeah. I can't see them just yet.
Fucking hell, they look like
Meatball-
parsnips.
Well, actually, meatball fries is what they're
Parsnip?
called.
Wrong.
I won't be eating that at all, if I'm honest. Looks just... Nah, looks... Nah.
Where the fuck do people get these pictures from?
Apparently,
For the board or something?
there's a Facebook page
Oh.
called Footy Food.
It's on you. It's on Twitter. I've seen it.
Right, the last one we've got, and it's right here.
Where?
Oh, it's not coming up.
Is that Baz's?
There we are.
from
It's
the-
chips. It's chicken. It looks like chicken with curry sauce. And can you see where
Oh.
that's served at?
Not
James
curry
Bond.
sauce, man. Not curry
Ah,
sauce.
Looks like dried
What did you say,
vinegar.
Sean? Where can
St.
you see?
James's,
Can you
but
see
looking
where
dried
it's served at though?
Yeah, St.
Uh-huh.
James's.
Aye, it's served at St. James's Park. Yes.
Don't
St.
have the
James's.
curry sauce. Like,
It looks like dried vinegar, if I've been brutally honest, from that angle. And how much are the and how much is that? Because you know what the prices are like at St. James's. It's extortionate.
Oh, it wasn't cheap. I can tell you that.
It's not cheap, but mate. You get a bar of chocolate there, man. You're gone bankrupt. Like quite literally. The pints look like fucking piss.
Well, yeah, exactly. I'll have to show some drinks at one time. And honestly, they look flat as anything.
That's what I'm saying. And they're charging you £5-6 or whatever it is for them.
Absolutely. I mean,
Joker.
Yeah, exactly. Absolutely. I mean, that is today's food picture. Let me know, would you happily tuck into some of those if you would, or if you look at some of them and you're just thinking bollocks that I'm not tucking into any of them.
I don't think there was one I really would tuck in. Yeah.
the box one with a cheeseburger, I would, but the rest I might serve.
Yeah.
Even if I started drinking and I was pissed, I still wouldn't fucking touch them.
Ericsson on a free, according to Joe Linton. Would you take him on a free? Yes, I would actually.
I think he'll go to Brent. I think he'll stay at Brentford another season after this. I think.
I wouldn't personally. I think he's a good player, but I wouldn't.
Tony says, "Show us your hot dog, Peter." I didn't show any the other. Beans and chips doesn't look appetizing according to Tony. Typical Premier League food according to Liam. Nice, yeah. Soggy chips, that's nice. Is that a calzone? No, it was a margarita pizza. Tony says double pizza is better. Pizza, absolutely, Tony. And it was stuffed crust as well. So there you are. Give you £3 for a nibble. I used to eat battered pizza in Scotland. It's nice, to be honest, but can't eat too much. Battered pizza. Oh, battered pizza. I'm not too sure.
It's like battered Mars bar, man. Why do people put themselves through that torture?
Mm.
I can't say I've ever had a battered Mars bar.
No. Well, Jolin thinks the buttermilk chicken looks nice, according to him. That is quality. Best of the bait, the buttermilk chicken. That's... oh, no, Tony, Liam doesn't like spaghetti. I don't know about deep fried spaghetti. It doesn't look like it's been boiled in water.
No, that looks like a fucking octopus. I mean, no.
You may as well cook spaghetti if you're not going to deep fry it again. It goes hard again. Absolutely. There you go. St. James's, the chips at Lorient cost £2. Well, there you are. And a bottle of Coke is £2 as well, according to Liam. See, £2 for a bottle's really pricey as well.
Honest man, when I left school when I was 16 years ago, if like you could get a can of pop for 50 fucking p. Now it's like you're charging £1 for a can of fucking pop.
Yeah, but you're basically bankrupt by the time you got it.
Oh, Tony thinks the buttermilk chicken is still the king for him. To be honest, I've never tried buttermilk chicken before, but I heard it is supposed to be really
It's
nice.
like who I sit next to, they were like, "Oh, With your season card, you get 25% off the food and drink. Well, to be honest with you, there is no discount because by the time they discounted it, it's still expensive.
But Mars Bar's nice, it's nice chip as according to Joe Linton. But pizza's nicer than it sounds Mars Bar too, but it is sickly like according to Tony. I'd have the buttermilk chicken if I could digest lactose. Just fed the dog. Its dinner look better than some of that according to Carl.
True. He's correct. And the thing is, as well, the food, that's not cheap as well, either.
No, it's definitely not cheap at all. You can guarantee you that.
And you're paying for that.
Absolutely. Anyway, guys, if you are enjoying the show, don't forget to hit the like button. If you are are enjoying the show, please hit the subscribe button. If you would like to donate, Super Chat is available as well. And if you would like to become a member of the channel as well, click the join button and you become a member of the channel as well. We'll just rattle through some more comments before another thing we're going to discuss on the channel as well. Leighton Orient was selling donuts today, not sure how much they were charging. Joe Linton thinks we'll get Lingard and Bale on a free. I don't know about Bale. Lingard, maybe? I don't know.
I can't see we're getting either of them. I think we'll shop elsewhere. We are going to get linked with these players, but let's be honest. I think we'll do things differently compared to what people are saying. You know what I mean? Like the obvious names, like the Pogba's of these world and that. I think there's talent out there that people aren't really talking about. Look at Bruno. No one would have been talking about Bruno like 2-3 years ago.
Absolutely. Well, next thing we're going to talk about is this lad has now decided to hang up his boots and call it a day in football. There you are. Jermaine Defoe has now officially retired from football. I mean, what do we make of that? I mean, a bit of a strange time to announce it with a few games left of the season.
To be fair, I thought he retired at the end of last season when he stopped playing for Rangers.
I'm still confused at why he went to Sunderland. Like and then I think he's played like I don't know how long, but half a game or something like that, and he's
7
not playing
games.
For them again. Whatever it was he played for them.
I think it's a case of it was a publicity stunt that from the new owner. I think it was like a case of because Lee Johnson didn't want them, didn't he? And I think it was like the new owner saying, "Well, I'm the owner." So like what Mike Ashley did with players here, like over Keegan getting Cisco and fucking Nacho Gonzalez and that, saying I'm the owner, I'll do what I want. And then obviously it seems like Lee Johnson was right now to sign him because he hasn't contributed for them. So
yep.
I can't say that I've been watching like Jermaine Defoe play for Sunderland like since he went second time round, but I couldn't really see any sense in that signing. They should have went for someone a bit younger, and then they might have actually had a better chance of staying in the top two. But I think for that, I think they're poorly recruited again, and they're probably But as the player himself,
he's had a great career.
He's a good player. He was a good natural finisher. You know what I mean? Bit of good service into him. He's Mr. Reliable, basically.
I mean, he's been at clubs. Of course, he's been at Spurs. He's been at Portsmouth. He's been at Bournemouth. So many clubs. He's been at Rangers as well.
It didn't quite work out for him at Bournemouth. I think he struggled at Bournemouth.
No, it didn't. Rangers, he did a job there at times for him, but definitely did a job at Spurs. You've got to admit that. Like
Spurs.
I'd have liked us to have went for him when West Ham got relegated. Because I think he's the type of player we could have looked for instead of Bellamy, because he was a small player who scored goals. Bellamy was the opposite.
Yeah.
And he was always injured.
He scored passes for the Backhams, didn't he?
No.
I mean, I would love to have had him there back in a long time ago. I've got to admit. I mean, but 39 years of age as well. So he has had a great career, but he's decided to call it now. And good luck to the lad on what he does next. I think he'll go into some pundit job.
Be on Sky. He'll probably be on Sky or something.
Sky, absolutely. We'll be interested to see what his next. Of course, he'll probably be involved a lot more with the Bradley Lowry Trust. I can see him doing a lot more than that.
Could be a manager. You never know. He might be into his coaching.
Could be. That's a good point. That's not a bad shout there. Yeah. I take them both if the wages are right. He's on about Lingard and Bale. Goody shit. Isn't he like 39 years? Rather see Bale than Miggy pissing about on the wing next season according to Tony. Yeah, that's a good point. Remember when Spurs got Saltado? I remember
Oh,
that.
dear, yes.
That
Yes.
didn't work out, did it?
We got Llorente as well, didn't it?
Hmm?
No, that Llorente as well, didn't it?
Pavlyuchenko.
Oh, God.
Pavlyuchenko didn't really work out. Mido was a good player. I rated him when he played.
Oh, no, they would say Mio as well now what it rhymes with, and that's what Chandler used to say.
Oh, God almighty.
Yeah,
Jesus,
that's what
No,
he used to
Llorente.
sing. I'm sure that's what
Mido.
and the son wants it on the Newcastle
You don't wanna know.
games.
But that's Spurs, though. They're still not a good side.
I remember, Soldado just didn't work out. Any other players they've had that just didn't work out for them?
Quite a few.
The current squad in Potts, last season's squad, the season before. Any time that man won a trophy, basically they've had it.
Still got Eric Dyer, who's one of the worst centre backs of all time.
They signed Edgar Davids, didn't they, for a season?
I'm not a big fan of that Royal either. I'm not a big fan of him either. They got him in the summer.
He's been terrible, that Emerson.
Yeah,
Royal.
he's not very good. They've got the thing is Spurs. They've got too many average footballers that are just not good at it.
Ben Davies, I don't rate him much. I don't think their midfield is that good.
We'll be overtaking them soon, man. I won't worry about them. They can only dream of having Bruno on their side.
Yeah, Tony says don't want to pay silly money for them. Though must keep a wage structure like cities as opposed to Man U. That's a good point. Spurs pissed the Bale up the ball when Liverpool invested the Coutinho money wisely and won the league. Absolutely, yes. Julian thinks Lamella wasn't a good signing for good player for Spurs.
He wasn't that good.
He wasn't too bad.
I'll put him in the average category. As I said, they've got too many bang average players. Or wouldn't make the grade at like Man City or like a Liverpool, Real Madrid. They wouldn't make the grade.
Joe Hart as well. I mean, that didn't work out.
But you got to think as well. He's aged, Joe Hart. Like, it's not the Joe Hart of old when he was like playing for Man City. You could argue in that he had the defense, but he's not that Joe Hart then, is he?
No. He's at Celtic, isn't he?
He was more like cover. You got to remember, he's more of a cover keeper for like someone who's like when Lloris's not playing.
Yeah, I mean Emerson Chicken Royal is dog shit. He's not that good. I think he's been a terrible signing for Spurs.
You could probably go for that team, and they're just bang average.
Yeah, I mean, Dyer, terrible centre back. I don't rate Davies, as I mentioned before. The midfield, I mean, Højbjerg, is he that good?
No, he's not. That's why he played for Southampton, like previously.
I mean, who was it who scored the equaliser again for Spurs against us when we lost 3-2?
Ndombele, or was it Ndombele or something?
Ndombele, that's it. I don't think he's that good as well.
He's got the PSG, hasn't he? Didn't he go out on loan?
Yes. Winks is the most player. I don't know what he's good at. I don't think Harry Winks is that good either.
I said they've got too many bang average players.
Julian thinks Paulinho. I thought Paulinho was a decent player.
He went to Barca, didn't he?
He did.
I think he was hit and miss. Like, he was good some games, and other games he just drifted out.
Tony says, Lamella was a squad player. He was for Spurs. He was a lot of the time for Spurs. Tony says, sad what happened to Joe Hart. Rather have a prime Joe Hart than Pickford for England any day. Joe Hart was a good keeper on his day.
I said it's just when you go on, like, when you're second choice, you're not the same anymore. You know what I mean? Your career's going down the pan. And if you really want to resurrect it, you've got to go to Scotland. Can't play for Celtic, you've got a chance.
Well, Guardiola didn't rate him, did he?
Well, the thing is, with Pep Guardiola, he's got a philosophy, a proper playing style. And obviously, he knows what keeper he wants. He knows the kind of defence, midfield he wants, strikers. He's got a system in place, hasn't he? Peter's logging.
Yep.
I think if you look at what Guardiola's won since he got rid of Hart, I think shows that Guardiola was right because they've won the league and FA Cups and shit like that since he left. So,
Jolan says, remember Junior who got on loan last season?
He was another one.
Yep.
It was. Well, then.
No, Spurs
No.
when they got Vinicius. He was, again, another hit and miss player, average.
Tony says Bergwijn is the new Lamella.
I do like him. I think he's got more to come.
It was because he wasn't good with his feet, so Pep binned him, according to Tony. Well, he's on
Well,
about Joe Hart.
Man City, you've got the flexibility. They can go out and get a replacement straight away if they're not happy. So I think it was a lot easier there for Pep to say, well, you're not good enough. Bye.
Well, yeah.
By the way, Edison was up and coming as well.
Mm-hmm.
Bit like Alisson when he went to Liverpool, he was up and coming.
Yep. I totally agree with that.
Not many average players wouldn't get a Man City side, man. You can see they have a couple of bad games. They're gone. They're out the door.
Joe Lynn says all Vinny did was score a hat-trick against that Lodnique side. Oh, yeah. Who was it against again?
Who?
That Vince Jr.
Oh, yeah. It was on ITV. I remember watching it.
Let me have a look. I'll find it. See.
It's not the end of the world if you even remember. I'm not going to cry tonight over it.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, right, though. Edison is much better. Yep, there you go. Edison is a very good goalkeeper for Man City. Of course, we all know, go back to Newcastle, Fabian Schär had to pull out the Switzerland squad. Hopefully his injury is not too serious.
We're going to miss him.
Yep. Fabian Schär had to pull out the Switzerland squad. So he missed the game against England the day. So hopefully that's just a bit of precaution and he's going to be available for Spurs next week.
I wouldn't say I can miss him. Like, I just think we'll sort of miss him for our little running, but obviously hopefully get him back sooner rather than later.
I mean, you can tell the difference when he's played alongside Dan Burn than what he has been again alongside Jamal Lascelles, Fabian Schär.
Maybe another one out the door.
Who?
Jamal Lascelles.
Yeah. I mean, do you think we've seen the Fabian Schär of what he's been like under Rafa lately?
I think he's got no choice, especially for his contract situation.
I mean, I think he has. I mean, better defenders, you can really see a good, solid centre back in Fabian Schär.
But the thing is, under Eddie Howe, though, he's got to do it on a consistent basis. That's what he's looking at. Like,
I think he will.
Because you know how we've got players that have a couple of good games and then they'll drift back out again.
Yeah.
Eddie wants them to do it on a consistent basis. Like, you can't just turn it when you feel like it. You know what I mean? Turn it on like when we need it most. You've got to do it like in the times when we're on a high. Keep the consistency levels up.
Absolutely, yeah.
He's got what it takes, but obviously it's whether or not he can persistently do it. You know, especially when he comes back from his injury, because you know what an injury can do to a player. Go one way or the other.
I think it was just a bit of a strain he picked up by that on internet, but hopefully it's not a serious one and he's okay.
Well, after Spurs, we've got about 3 home games back to back where we've got a chance of picking up, results.
I think Wolves could pick up all 3 if they're going to be without Jimenez.
Same with Palace.
And Neves. I mean, remember that game Wolves had against Leeds when both of them had to be off. Neves with an injury and Jimenez getting a second yellow card. And you see what happened. They lost.
What the fans said? The fans were like, well, what's happening? You got 2-0. What's the inconsistency defending? That's what the manager said. He wasn't happy.
That was the thing. I mean, and that's 2 big players they're going to be missing. I mean,
he put the player ratings down. He scored all our players below 2. What's I tell you that he wasn't happy.
Wow.
He literally wasn't happy with any of their players, even the ones that scored. Like, that shows what a good manager he is. Like, he sees like how poor they were.
Well, their next game is Wolves. No, I mean their next game is Villa on the 2nd. So that's a
Newcastle.
Now that's going to test to see how good they really are going to be without Neves and Jimenez in the side.
They've got flexibility, to be fair to them. They actually have got options. But obviously, as you said, are they going to be the same side? Well, only time will tell.
I mean, because those 2 players have really carried that Wolves team forward.
Especially, we mentioned Jimenez a lot, but Neves is a quality player. Like, just the way he takes the ball down and drives.
I mean, did anyone see his goal against Watford? I mean, wow.
Yeah, oh, yes. Tell you one player, Peter, that we should watch out for Wolves. Trincao, brilliant player.
Good player. Bertinho's another one, even though he's well in
He'll play.
he's still a really quality player.
No, honestly, he's up and coming.
Well. Ruthless. Carl says Marine. Marine.
Marine, that small club where there was like a few houses around it.
Yes.
The back garden and that.
That's it, yep. There you are. But I think we're just a couple of wins away from being safe now, I would say.
I said it the other week. I think we'll be safe by Palace. I think Spurs, it is what it is. We'll get whatever result comes, but I think we'll beat Wolves and Palace, and I think we'll be there and there.
Yeah, I think we'll get points out of them games. Leicester's, I think we'll possibly
take a point.
Well. Leicester are a bit of a strange side, even though our home record's been really poor against.
Still battle though, Leicester. I'll take a point if that puts 138. We're done. We'll get another win from somewhere.
Liverpool,
right off of me. Right off.
It all depends if they are going for the title.
Actually, I don't like writing the home games off, but it depends, as you said, who wants the Champions League most, Man City or Liverpool.
I mean, because it's still tight at the top as well.
That's what I'm saying.
I'd say we were going to run away with it, but no, Liverpool have really caught up.
No, Liverpool were always going to be there and thereabouts. They're always going to pull someone back. They're both very good sides.
Yeah, Tony Wolves have a lot of technical players to do. I think Conor Cody's a leader for them as well. Ruben Neves is a gem in my opinion, but we have Bruno. Man United should get him. I love a goal. Joe Lynn says, I love a goal against Spurs. Well, yes, the 2019 when he scored the goal where we won the game 1-0. But the only thing I said I don't want to see is a repeat of the game last season, which I don't think will happen because this is anyhow not Steve Bruce, but I just don't want to see a repeat of that performance from last season. Absolutely not.
Steve Bruce couldn't tie his shoelaces, let alone try and get a result.
How we came away with a point is beyond me.
Oh, is that in the Wolves game?
No, remember the Spurs won one game.
Oh, is that when we got that late penalty?
We got that lucky penalty.
We're just dreadful like that. His tactics are woeful.
Well, yeah. I mean, did anyone see what Nigel Pearson came out with about Steve Bruce? Even the West Brom fans must be sick of hearing of what he says.
Can I just say something? They'll find out the true Steve Bruce, these West Brom fans, at the end of the season.
He's not a good manager. He's not a nice bloke in terms of...
No, but what I'm saying is, right, obviously West Brom have got a budget that should be, winning that championship. They should be in the automatics. But what I'm saying is, at the end of them, at the start of next season, when he gets a full season, he'll not last. Be gone before Christmas, man.
That could well happen if West
Brom... I can put money on that right now. You'll not last.
West Brom are challenging to get promoted.
You're going to think the thing is, right, you'll prove why he's a good manager, right, with the budget that he gets and who he actually brings into the club. You tell me, who's going to want to play under Steve Bruce? They've seen what he's done at Newcastle and what he's done at previous clubs.
Exactly, nothing.
It's fucking track record.
I mean, his Premier League stats in the teams he's managed are well in the 20s anyway, so that's shite for a start.
The thing is, he'll struggle. If he does get playoffs, he'll not last.
I mean, no, I think Wolves have got to be targeted on automatic promotion.
West Brom.
West Brom, sorry.
The Wolves.
I'll be honest, I don't think they'll come up.
Oh, we've got a new guest. Oh, we've got a new guest in. Aaron. Aaron, are you there?
Yep. How you doing?
How are you doing?
I'm a Doncaster Rovers fan, and I think I've just witnessed the death of my existence in League One.
Oh, yeah, you were up against Carlisle today, weren't you?
Charlton.
Charlton Athletic.
Oh, Charlton. Oh, yes, that's it.
It wasn't Jaden Stockley that scored for Charlton by any chance?
Yes.
He's a good player. I like him. But at that level anyway, he's consistent.
Today was the day he came back from injury as well. So, surprise.
Do you know what? That'll be such a Newcastle thing to do anyway. If someone comes back from injury, they need a goal. Well, come play us. We'll help it. We'll help it.
6 games left. The gap's still 4 points to safety, but
see, Fleetwood are struggling as well.
Yeah.
There's a few struggling down there.
But the gap's been 4 points for the last 5 weeks, and they've got games in hand above. So, I've got no confidence us staying up. We need a new team, new football structure by the owners. The owners need to put in a new football structure. We're a director of football at the helm. We need new players. We need a new manager in charge, because I don't think Gary McSheffrey's got the experience or know-how yet. We just need a complete change of direction next season. Otherwise, this club is going to rip me apart.
Would you have taken Mark Hughes before you went to Bradford?
Oh, 100% over Gary McSheffrey.
I'd never seen that coming. I've never seen Mark Hughes go to Bradford in League Two. That's a massive downgrade for him in his career, but at least I suppose he's trying to get back up the ladder. That's why I give him a bit of respect.
Look at other teams. Walsall with Michael Flynn, Gillingham with Neil Harris, Paul Simpson, who was actually interviewed for the Donny job, went to Carlisle and now he's won 5 out of the last 6 games. We've got
you haven't exactly got a bad budget, though, are you? You're not like a bad club, you know what I mean? You should definitely not be going to League Two.
No. But Gary McSheffrey has got no experience, even though the criteria for the manager's job said you have to have EFL experience, even though he's got no experience, and he wins 5 games out of the last 20.
That's bad. That's awful.
He was our caretaker manager, and he became our permanent manager with no experience after 4 weeks and over 140 applicants, including Nigel Atkins, Paul Simpson, and Mick McCarthy. It is shocking. And Neil Warnock, I think, as well. It's shocking. Shocking. And that's why there needs to be a director of football next season to make better football decisions and move the club forward on the pitch. Because if we keep going the way we are, this club's going to fall into non-league football. And if we fall into non-league football, we can kiss the Keepmoat Stadium goodbye.
Well, the same happened with Notts County, though, because they dropped into the National League, didn't they? And they've got a fair-sized ground, fair-sized club as well.
They kept their stadium, funnily enough. So
yeah.
I wonder how long it'll be before we get Bromley and Eastleigh coming to the Keepmoat Stadium in a league, Eco Park Stadium in a league game. I don't know. I really don't know. But there's so many people on that pitch that just don't have the character to want to fight. And then the manager comes out in the press conference afterwards saying, if it happens, it happens.
That's not what you want to hear. Like, that's awful.
What kind of statement is that from your manager? Get gone. Get him gone at the end of this. Get these 6 games over and done with. End the season after those 6 games and just get rid of him.
Yeah.
It's not what you want to be hearing from your boss, though. Like, oh, what happens. Like, you want to be geeing them up. You have the right roll and give them a roll and tell them what they need to do. And then, I mean, have you got any winnable games coming up, though? Like in the 6 that you've got remaining, you got any realistically winnable games?
Well, we've got Wickham, Crewe, Shrewsbury, Crewe, Bolton, Oxford, Burton, and Oxford.
I don't even know why there's a winnable game in there for you. That looks really tough.
Crewe, that's it. But
that's something. You need 4 points, and that gap might have extended by then.
I think Crewe could even get a point out of us, and they're bottom of the league and probably already relegated by now.
I mean, if you played Newcastle at the start of the season, you would definitely would have got 3 points on the Steve Bruce.
I don't know how we didn't beat you guys in pre-season 3. How you beat us 3-2?
I don't know how we won any games in the Steve Bruce. To be brutally honest with you, I'm not kidding you. I don't.
And look how much and look what's happened in the space of nearly 12 months after that game, after that friendly.
I mean, you've always been there and thereabouts. I remember when you were always like challenging the other playoffs.
12 months ago, we were top of League One. Since then, we've had 4 managers and 43 defeats.
That's really bad. That's League Two. That's League Two waiting to happen.
That's League Two waiting to happen. And that's why this club needs a serious rethink this summer as to how you approach the football side of things. And this is the most frustrating thing, because financially off the field, we're run very well. We're run, they've cleared all the debts. We don't have any debts at the club. So if anyone wants to buy the club, I don't know, like if a Vichy or someone like that wants to come buy the club and turn the community around, we'd be one of the most prospective buyers because we've got no debts to clear. So it'd be one of the best clubs to buy. But the problem is the football side of things. The football side of things is run poor because you're putting more than just managerial decisions on the manager. You're actually putting recruitment decisions on the manager because we've got one person in the recruitment team and that's it. We've got no scouts. We've only got one talent identification head and that's it. and he's just started this season, and in his first year he could be getting us relegated. You've got one person in recruitment, so the manager's got more to do, and also the CEO, who is a rugby man, also makes football decisions. That's why you need a director of football, because you can take that off the CEO and take that off the manager, let the manager manage, and let the CEO focus on the business side of things. It's simple in rocket science. It's simple rocket science to run a football club. And you know, you can even do the modern version of a director of football. Get a sporting director in, someone who can group the football staff together, grab them by the balls, and run the club better on the football side of things. Don't just run the business side well, run the football side of it as well, because at the moment we're a self-sustainable business with no football intent. And if they don't change this summer, I could see us going further down, and that's not good for a self-sustainable football club. Our changing rooms are bigger than Wembley. That is not fiction. That is a fact.
Wow.
Our changing rooms are bigger than Anfield and Wembley. Our youth facilities are apparently lower Premier League level, and yet we can't seem to be a championship club, at least. I just don't get why. And I'm now starting to see why. It's because the club is a business that is financially run well, but the football side is piss poor, and it needs to change this summer. And there's not much evidence than this season, because this season is results-wise nearly on par with the 97-98 season. And what happened there? The chairman tried to burn down our stadium and we were kicked out of the Football League.
Wow.
That's our worst season in our history. In terms of teams and results, this is on par with one of the worst seasons in our club's history.
Oh, blimey.
I hope he's going to sort it out. I mean, if he's get relegated, which is probably most likely going to happen, that's going to be a massive wake-up call to those who run the actual club. Do you know what I mean? That you've got to bring in better players, as you mentioned before, like a better CEO, better manager. Just everything that's got to be done from top to bottom. That's your reality check there. Because if you get that wrong again, as you said, you'll be exiting the Football League like scum football. I remember them in the Championship. They're good.
Yeah, honestly, if this doesn't wake them up this summer and change the football structure, I don't know how long it'll be before we start seeing fans protests. And it makes me sad, because they're nice people. I've spoke to them multiple times. They're nice people, the owners of the football club. I don't want them to go out like scumbags. But right now they are tarnishing their reputation every year. They're tarnishing it. Terry Bramall's the main money man, and he's been there through the glory years under our old chairman, John Ryan. You know, that whole spell from 1998 to 2008, we went from the conference to the championship in the space of 10 years. He was there as the driving force behind those glory years. I don't want him to go out like a scumbag. Gavin Baldwin, you know, him and Blunt helped clear all the debts of the club over the space of 8 years. I don't want them to go out like scumbags. You know, I want them to go out like decent people, because they are decent people. But right now, they're tarnishing their legacy. They really are. Like I said,
Peter, I'm going to go now, mate.
No problem, Sharky.
See you later, man.
No problem.
Hope you saw that, mate. All the best to you.
Please subscribe to Tsunami TV if you haven't done so. Good to see you, man. I don't know if you catch you.
See you later, lads. All the best to you.
I'll just rattle through some more comments as well. Arteta saying Bruce is one of the most important managers of the 21st century. One of the most ridiculous statements I've ever heard. I don't see what's the point in Steve Bruce now.
I don't see what the loving was for him personally, but you know, if people want to be arseholes and talk shite, then fair enough.
Unless your name's called Annie.
Oh, just kidding.
I mean, he has a thing about Steve Bruce saying, "Oh, he's a decent manager." He's not a good manager.
I think if it was an option for sporting director, I'd take Steve Bruce as sporting director. But
he will only get kebab sponsorships for football clubs. He won't get out else.
Yeah.
I mein, in terms of management, his time as a manager is done now.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And you're thinking, how he, after the money we paid him off, after we sacked him, how he's still in a management job?
I don't know why he's not been sacked by West Brom at the moment. They're completely out of the playoff race at the moment.
I mean, he took them from in the playoff position right down to the table.
They should have stuck. I know Ismail deserved the sack, but Jesus Christ. I'd take Valérien Ismail as director of football, by the way, at Rovers as well. I think he used to be Lask's director of football. So if he's not doing anything, try and get in touch with him at some point.
Tony says if he did such a good job, why has he gone down leagues to get a job? Exactly.
It wouldn't surprise
I think
me.
if they don't,
All
I think
these
if they don't get
pundits were
promoted
picking them
this
up.
season, West Brom will sack them in the summer if they don't get in the playoff places, which obviously isn't going to happen now.
I think they're going to sack him this summer anyway. And to be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if we hire Steve Bruce as manager because some people get deluded by the name, but do not be deluded by his football. It will be just the same hoofball shit we played for the last 12 months under Richie Wellens and Gary McSheffrey. Simple as that.
His style of football now is just horrific. Not to mention his post-match comments now are absolutely ridiculous. Week in, week out, we're going to roll our sleeves up. We're going to dust ourselves down after losing a game, and it's just.
He sounds like an old Gary McSheffrey. He really, really does.
That was Steve Bruce has one of the most where I've been at the most angriest time where has been a Newcastle fan is where I've been at the most angriest. I mean, last season was absolutely a shower of shit as well. I don't know how we finished 12th for a starters. I mean, it was just horrible to watch. I couldn't stand the bloke. He was very disrespectful towards our fan base as well. Other crap managers will have had at least would come out and have the balls and hold their hands up to say, right, we got that wrong. Steve Bruce, on the other hand, says, oh, well, I don't think it was my fault that we lost the game of the day.
If you think of it, though, last season, Fulham had about 11 draws or something last season, like compared to that. I think they were the draw specialists last season. And there was one weekend which stood out for me, which was they were playing Villa away, I think, and we played Burnley the following week because I think we just played. And they were beating Villa with 10 minutes to go, and we were in the bottom three. And Villa went and scored 3 goals, and obviously got us out of the bottom three on goal, like by was it a point or something? Then we went and beat Burnley the week after, and I think that was the weekend that I think if they had held on there, we could have gone down because they would have had the momentum.
We should have went down last season with that idiot manager. I mean, remember the cup going out the cup against Burnley on penalties, saying, "Oh, but we didn't lose the game. We still went out the cup."
Went out Burnley.
Jesus.
Wolves. I think Wolves game this season. Oh, I don't remember me. Keep it having a save to make.
He literally sounds like an older Gary McSheffrey. He really does. If Gary McSheffrey's coming out today and saying if it happens, it happens with relegation, he sounds like Steve Bruce. He really does.
I mean, I was just glad when he got sacked, Steve Bruce. I was just out of the moon when he got the boot.
Didn't care who we got next, just relief.
Tony says, I think Bruce could do a job as a championship mid-table manager, but the quality of top championship teams has increased since when he was absolutely. I mean, I don't think last time he got promoted to the Premier League was Hull City
in 2013.
There you are. He got relegated.
Right? Surely people now want more ambition than Steve Bruce as manager. It's 2022.
I wouldn't trust Steve Bruce to keep my team in the championship. That's for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there you are. I mean, as I mentioned, he got relegated with Hull in 2015. And that time, he had the decency to walk from that side when he wasn't getting backed in the transfer market. He had the decency to walk. He should have had the decency to walk from us multiple times.
Yeah.
And he didn't. The only reason why he didn't is because it was the time during COVID where fans weren't allowed in the stadium to voice their opinion. The only way they could do it was through social media.
And social media is masked sometimes by a load of dickheads. So you sort of didn't know which one was really an opinion and which one was just people sending abuse and stuff like that. And it's like easier to ignore social media as a club. So that's why he probably prolonged his stay.
Absolutely, he should have been gone a heck of a long time ago. But because it was under Mike Ashley, he was a yes man to Mike Ashley, and he thought as long as keeps us in the Premier League, he stays on.
Yeah, I think that sums it up for me.
He knew as well that if he was to get dismissed, he was entitled to a massive payout for somebody in his position.
Bearing in mind, it could come from Sheffield Wednesday as well. So,
yeah, I mean, and he had numerous times to walk, but I think he wanted the sack just so he could get his payoff, which he was never going to get under Mike Ashley. But when the new owners come in, thought, right, that's it. You've had your 1,000 game. Your time's now done. We'll give you what you need, and you're just not the right man for this football club. Which
if you think of it, right, in his years as a manager, he's never won the championship. He's only been promoted via the playoffs. So what does that tell you?
People will say, "Oh, but he's got Hunt with cup final." Well, so what? I mean, the rest of the teams, he's shocked. His Premier League stats record are one of the worst I've seen. It's well into the 20s. Birmingham's a little bit higher because he's managed them in the Championship with them. But the teams he's managed in the Premier League, the stats are rotten. They're so low. They're definitely in the 20s. And that is why he was the worst manager we had, despite him not relegating with us. But his football was horrific. I did like his post-match comments, his disrespectness towards the fans, which are really grinded on me half the time. Did have the balls to admit he got it wrong. And ever since he's left the club, we've got an Eddie Howe who plays much more attacking, better football. It's looked a lot more better. Yeah, you are. Alex makes a really, really good comment here. Willock's record-breaking goals scoring run is the only reason we didn't go down last season. Absolutely, Alex. High five to you there, man. That was the reason why we stayed up, because of him going on a goal streak. Because without him, I think relegation was nailed on the cards last season.
Yeah.
It would have been 100%, absolutely. Even Tony says, "Stat all the truth." Peter Fairbank says, "Bruce for the England job." Oh, God almighty. I don't think you will last 2 seconds.
If that was Steve Bruce in charge of England, I'd be thinking,
oh, he'll go 5.
I'd be thinking worse than Iceland 2016. I'd be thinking bloody Philippines 2026.
Yeah. If Bruce got the England job, oh my God, I don't think he will last 2 seconds. He would go 5 at the back and play defensive football just so it can try and scrape through.
Yeah, no attacking performances. The strikers will fall away, and that's more careers ruined.
Players that will be out of position.
Yeah,
as well. That's another thing.
We'll have wingers as wing backs, and they'll be put to shit.
Like he's done with us. We've had Richie as a left wing back. We've had Murphy as a right wing back. Both of them are wingers.
Yeah.
We'd have Harry Kane back taking corners.
I remember that under Roy Hodgson. My God, that was terrible.
That felt like torture.
It's about the great potters of this world rather than the past, rather than the dinosaur hoofballs of the past. Exactly. But to be honest, some of these top managers are really coming to the end of their prime now, I've got to admit.
Potter's struggling a bit at Brighton, no mind. To be fair, Potter's struggling a bit at Brighton now at the minute, to be fair.
He
They're
is,
having a really bad run since Christmas.
Yeah, but a lot of these top managers now, they're coming at the end. Like Rafa is one of them. I mean, it's not worked in China. It's certainly didn't work in Everton. And a lot of people, the team, to be honest, the football at Newcastle wasn't great under him as well. You've got to admit. It's
The
like
generations are changing now. Everything's changing now. Like, gone are the days of Bruce Allardyce, things like that. You've got to evolve in life now, and you've got the likes of Guardiola and Klopp who like total football and high pressing, fit teams and stuff like that. Gone are the past days of shit negative football. Now it's all changed, and that's why for me, Bruce should have been nowhere near Newcastle, whether he's a fan or not, because. Yeah, again, it was
he's not a Newcastle. I've said he's not a Newcastle fan. He's a Man United fan.
He's like John Sinclair. He's a Man U fan. It's quite. John is a Man U fan. Come on, wow, that he is. It just blatantly is. I mean, Steve Bruce claimed to be a Newcastle fan, but he flipping pipe Man United off at every opportunity going.
It's like go back to the managers who come to the end of the prime. I think Mourinho's one of them as well. I think he's really getting to that point now.
He doesn't need to do anything though, because he's won everything. He's won everything, and he's probably got the money in the bank to see him through now. So he's.
You kind of felt sorry that he walked away from Spurs at the end because it was all down to the European Super League, which he didn't want to take part in.
It was always going to happen. The thing is, right? Conte is going to do exactly the same because they're like what Conte wants and what he wants and what he'll get will be two different things. It was like what Rafa was like, yeah, with Ashley. Rafa wanted this, but obviously Ashley was like, I'm the owner, so he'll not get this. And it's like, well, I can't see Conte lasting past the summer here at Spurs. I just can't say.
If he's not backed in the summer, he'll walk.
He won't be back. He won't be back because what he had. When was the last time bloody Levy backed a manager?
Yeah, hardly ever.
Absolutely, yeah.
I mean, if it wasn't for Harry Kane and Son, where would they be? And one's a homegrown player, and one's one player of magically signing. It's took them 4 or 5 years to actually stop like doing anything.
I've got to give fair place to Harry Kane because I wouldn't have stayed that. I wouldn't have been staying that long.
I think he'd be gone in the summer. I think he's gone in the summer.
I reckon so.
Yeah, I think he could well be still as well. I mean, absolutely. Joe Lentz is a my goals 2 PD.
I think Kane's only still at Spurs because last season, at the start of the season, Man City wanted to either sign him or Grealish because obviously FFP, they couldn't allow both. So that's why they signed Grealish, and then they'll probably go back for Kane in the summer, I think.
I reckon they might do.
Yeah, Jolene thinks Southgate, also Bruce, are the same.
Yeah.
Has he won anything? He's on about Steve Bruce again.
Come win a fucking one spoon, that prick.
You're right, Chip, as Potter is struggling, but I'd rather support a progressive manager like him than a dinosaur clinging on to the past. Absolutely. I think Tony's made a good point there.
You've got to evolve you can't you've got to look forward every time you hire somebody or sign players. You can't look at players and go, well, yeah, he did that 3 years ago. It's like they're not the same anymore, the same as the manager. They're not the same as they were. Like if Rafa did come back instead of how he's not the same Rafa as he was 3 or 4 years ago when he was here the first time.
Yeah, Alex has come up with a good question. Yeah, fun question. How many points do you think we'd be on now if Wilson hadn't got injured in December and played in most matches up to now?
Well, I've got another one to counteract. Alex's one. Where would we be if we had Trippier starting, Wilson starting, if we had our fully fit team starting all season with Eddie Howe as manager? Where would we be? Because Eddie Howe hasn't played his full strength team yet since he's been here because of injuries.
Yeah, there you are. I think we could well be up the table.
I think we'll be safe. I think we'll be well safe. If you look now, right, we've only won games since House come in.
I think possibly 40 towards like late 30 points, 40 odd points, possibly.
Like last calendar year, we only won from the end of from like say January till December last year. In the 2 seasons combined, the end of last season, the start of this, we only won 7 league games. We've already won 6 this calendar year. We're only into March.
Yep.
You know?
Absolutely. As these wins, is that a boxer match?
Must be.
Must be though.
I know Warrington's out 10 o'clock, so I'm going to listen to that.
Jolin says, if I had tits, I would be a woman. Oh, God.
So you might not be, because there's a lot of bloody blokes have man boobs.
There you are.
Oh God. I'm going to get off, but it's been nice to cheer myself up a bit.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for coming on the show, Aaron. Feel free to come on the next one. As well, it's open to any football fans who support any football clubs. So feel free.
Yeah. Not a problem. Owner, I don't call for you to go, but make change in the summer.
Mm-hmm. Do you think you're going to stay up this season, or do you think it's not going to happen?
No, I think after today's defeat, I think it's the 74th goal we've conceded all season today.
Wow.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I thought he was on about how let's go. I thought, bloody heck, they've just walked through the fucking door. I thought, they've just paid 300 million for a football club.
Literally, today we've played 40 games this season. 8 wins, 6 draws, 26 defeats, scored 28, conceded 74.
Wow!
With the minus 46 goal difference is the worst in the football league, and it's worse than Dover Athletic on minus points.
Bloody hell!
So yeah, owner, make change in the summer. I know you can do it.
Well, good luck throughout the rest of the season, Aaron. Thank you very much for coming on.
Cheers. Hope to face you in pre-season again next season.
Oh, that would be classic. That like. Thank you. Gonna say thank you very much. So that was Aaron. That's a new guy we've had on this show tonight. We become. Oh God, Jolin's get dirty. Ben says, if the two have got the money and the coaching staff in place, why not put a bid in for Kane and a few of the top lads? Why wait for 5 to 10 years to be great? Keegan never hung about.
I think Kane's the wrong age group now they'll be looking at. I think if we go, I know that sounds stupid, but I think if we go for a striker, it'll be the Haaland age type where he's young, he's got years ahead of him, he wants to be at the start of a project. I think that's the type of striker we'll be looking for. I think Kane's, we all know what he's doing and all this, but I think 29 or something.
Yeah,
I think he's at the age now where he has to win something in this season or next season. Either next season or the season after. By the time he hits 31, if he wins nothing, he's probably never going to win anything.
That's the thing. I mean, I think we'll probably target someone younger. I mean, I know we have been heavily linked with the Napoli striker, Victor Osimhen.
Yeah, the Nigerian one, is it? Nigerian now.
Yep. So we'll wait and see what happens with that. But I think it'll be a busy summer transfer window for us, 100%.
I actually think we'll try and sign Haaland, and that might sound stupid, but I think we might, because he keeps saying he wants to be part of a project, he wants to be part of something, he wants to be part of the start of something, and he wants to be when the team wins something, he wants to be known as a legend in the club, great and stuff. This is the right place for him.
Yep. Alex says, Jesus Christ, are you playing without a keeper or something? He's on about.
Hey, we'll not fucking need one where we're going. We'll not need one.
Well, the Doncaster fan, Aaron, who was it before? I mean, with that amount of goals conceded, that's a lot. I
thought he was on about us. I think, well, we'll not need a keeper the way things are going with us.
Jolin thinks Dembele will be coming too.
He's on his wages are like £500,000 a week, though I don't think so.
Alex also says Belotti on a free transfer in the summer, 28 years old, back 90 goal contributions the last 2 seasons, doesn't have and won't expect Europe or trophies necessarily. That's not a bad what Alex has come out with.
You have to ask John about that because obviously he'll go.
Try and sign who Chippers?
Holland.
That'd be great if he would come, but we'll wait and see what happens with that. But anyway, we've now come to the end of the show now, so it's been another blast of a show. So thank you very much, Chippers. Good to see you.
I'll see you next Saturday if you do the same.
Yeah, I think I will have to be next Saturday because I'm planning to go watch the Women in the Cup final on Friday night. So I'll probably do the show next Saturday at the same time. So good to see you, Chippers. Thank you very much.
That's all, yeah.
See you later, man. So that was Chippers. We've had a few guests in the night. We've had a new lad as well, a Doncaster Rovers fan, Aaron. So thank you very much for coming on. Alex says, Dembele wants 300k per week for Barca. We don't seem to want to pay much more than Trippier's 120k. That's a good point, Alex. Yeah, Alex, you've just made. I don't think we'll pay ridiculous of wages where like some other clubs just do that, pay well over the odds for wages for teams of players. But there you are. Or Artiri says, hey PD, hey, how are you doing? I'm just about to end the show now because we've been going for a couple of hours. So there you are. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for tonight. It's been another blast of a show. God, things will be back to normal. So I will be getting the preview out for the Spurs game. I will be bringing this live show back again next Saturday again because I'm planning to go watch the women on Friday night in the cup final against Wallsend. So, and of course, the usual quick thoughts player ratings they'll be back as well for the Spurs game as well, definitely. So thank you very much, guys. Don't forget to hit the like button. Please subscribe if you are new. If you enjoyed what you saw but haven't subscribed yet, please hit the subscribe button. Really, really helps get the channel grown massively, 100% definitely. So there you are. And thank you very much for those who came in tonight, for those who popped up in the live chat as well. Thank you very much for tonight. See you all later. Good night, everybody, and take care.